Grace and peace, family. I hope you're feeling blessed today. Alright, today I'm going to get into a bit of quantum physics when it comes to energy and spiritual disconnections. So, hopefully you can follow me, but I'm going to explain what happens during spiritual disconnections. Now, the first thing I'm going to explain is that in most cases, when you are close to somebody, you knew them very well, very intimately, and then all of a sudden, that person doesn't speak to you anymore. They're moving through life, but y'all don't speak to each other. You don't call them, and they don't call you. But you feel like there's a little bit of energy mix in there. Y'all haven't spoken, but it's there. There's a reason for this. Now, when it comes to spiritual disconnections, it is not orchestrated by either person. It is orchestrated completely by God to protect both parties in the mix. Because when one person elevates out of a specific timeline, they can no longer go back to the old timeline. So imagine graduating out of middle school, going into high school, right? You can't just decide, no, I'm gonna go back to middle school. It doesn't work like that. You graduated out. So all the middle schoolers who are still there, who hasn't graduated yet, they're still in middle school. You still gotta go to high school. That same concept still applies. Now, it may feel like, oh, we got each other's number. We can always stay in contact, right? Very much wrong. Because it is way easier to pull somebody down out of their high vibrational energy than it is to pull somebody up to high vibrational energy. This is one of the reasons why you see so many people trying to elevate the world, elevate the collective energy, and so many of them finding it easy to stay in that low vibration, because low vibration is easy, upgrading is hard. Now, when it comes to spiritual disconnect, both parties can feel it. The person who is riding high can feel it, and the person who's still in that lower timeline can feel it. But the difference is how it is accepted in their lifestyle. High vibrational, they're very accepting of the fact that they're disconnected from that person. They recognize that, hey, we just aren't in the same place. I gotta keep moving. What you want me to do? Stop moving? Stop growing? Stay in middle school? No, I gotta graduate. It is what it is. But low vibration tend to take it a little bit more personal because they can't accept that they're not along for the ride. So when you are riding in your low vibration, you'll tend to think that the reason why that person is not reaching out to you is because they think they're better than you, or they don't want to talk to you, or they have an issue with you. None of those things are it. Unfortunately, those are projections. They're coming from you, not them. That's how you view your connection with them. And you feel like somebody elevating past you means you were left behind. That right there is the biggest bridge between growing from a low vibration into a high vibration. Acceptance of where you are and moving forward. Knowing that everyone has free will and you can allow them to grow in their own time. When you can't, and it makes you feel a kind of way that somebody outgrew you, still riding in that low vibration. Now, with all this said, you got to also understand that with that person elevating into high vibration, they have an exceptional and acute discernment and intuition. So they also are privy to information out of your energy that you may not know about. So in that area where you feel like there's a little bit of uncomfortability here, there's a little bit of terseness here, that's coming from what you're projecting. I'm going to give you a quick example. Imagine you scroll through social media, you see that high vibrational person's post on your social media, you watch it, you want to feel good for that person because you don't really got a problem with that person, but you instead feel a little bit of disdain. Now, the disdain doesn't necessarily mean that you wish them bad, but if you make it a conscious decision to not like that person's post because them riding high makes you feel a kind of way about you, that says more about your energy and how you feel about that person than anything else. Now, we both know it takes absolutely nothing to hit the like button. And I'm sure you see a comedy video including animals, where we're speaking for the animals and it's just tickling your funny bone. You're going to hit like and you probably going to share it. So for you to not like a video of a person that is riding on their high vibrational just because you don't like how it makes you feel, that's disconnect right there. And unfortunately for you, but fortunately for that high vibrational person, they feel it. They're privy to that information. So as they scroll through who watch their videos, watch their content, and they see your name pop up with no like next to it, it tells them everything that they need to know about your energy. I say all of this for you to understand. Energy is not something that is just flowing through your household that allows you to connect to Wi-Fi and have lights. Energy is felt. So even if you think that you are not in the presence of that person, they feel your energy. They know whether or not you're rooting for them and whether or not you're rooting against them. None of it is amiss. And the biggest thing to take from this conversation is recognizing that they see where you stand. So if that person does not reach out to you, that's because they already know how you truly feel about them. And that's okay. They accept it. The best part about accepting the truth about a situation is knowing that you're not going to allow the truth for you to create a lie. So knowing that that person who you was in a relationship with don't like your post because how dare you leave me behind? That friend that you was buddy with makes sure to personally not like your post. Or they don't reach out and they want to hold you accountable for not reaching out. It's all accepted and it's all noted. Because like I said, it's not orchestrated by them. It's orchestrated by God. God makes people who move properly knowledgeable of who those are around them so that they don't keep snakes in their camp. I'm going to leave this right here. Hopefully you learned something today. I love and light, and peace.